first of all, the world is set up for you not to get rich. Do you think Beyonce would still hold that title if Rihanna didn't break from music?
The Podical Sons.
What's up, everybody? I'm Marvelous,
And I'm not your average Joseph.
and we are the Podical Sons. Let's start the show. The show's hilariously inappropriate, but intellectual beyond belief. Get it poppin'. Like, comment, subscribe, all the above, all streaming platforms possible. Podical Sons Podcast. That's how you can find us and stuff on your streaming platforms, on the socials, or you send your Ask the Sons questions.
You're here.
Are at Podical Sons Podcast, or you can see at Pod Sons and stuff on the gram. And let's start the show. How you feeling this week, man?
I'm feeling good, man. So, yeah,
What's up?
did a few things this week. Preparing for my trip. So I've been out and about just gathering some last minute stuff.
Let me ask you something. I noticed you do you tell people when you're going out of town like that, whatever? Because I don't notify people but you said it before,
Yeah.
right? So I look at it stuff as like, do you just show up? Let's say, for example, not if you're dropping in on somebody, that's different. But let's say, for example, if you're just leaving like your scene, do you normally like announce that you're vacating the premises and stuff like that for a bit?
Only a few people who I might have business dealings with.
But then that you just
Other than
I'll see you when
that.
I get back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same. What about you, Joy, this week, man?
Again, preparing for my trip. I celebrated a family friend of my wife's 50th on Saturday.
Okay.
So that was a nice event. A restaurant named Craven. Shout out to Craven. I mean, there's no check cutting, but it's I thought it was very unique. It's right off Dundas. Not sure if you've ever heard of it before.
Dundas is a long street. You got to be specific
The-
on me.
Dundas and near the Highway 27. So right
Near Highway 20. No.
Yeah. Right there at that corridor. It's different. It's like I want to say like a Caribbean fusion. So and I believe I didn't meet the owners, but most of the servers there were of color, so I'm assuming that it may be a black establishment. But
I don't assume that
family
anymore.
the family friend who was having the birthday party,
Mhm.
she had because she's never been there before. She actually found it through reviews. So that was her first time there. But like the food was good and the atmosphere was good. It's more like I wouldn't say it's straight restaurant, like a restaurant lounge. So by the time we were wrapping up, a DJ was coming in and he was setting up, and I seen like people were starting to come in. So
Okay.
I'm assuming like it's probably like maybe like a weekend thing. They might like do the lounge stuff, but it's not like a large place where you say it would be like a full out like party atmosphere, but it looked like just like a quaint little spot.
I
But
think most of the places and stuff now, you have to. That's how most of these businesses tend to utilize. Like,
yeah,
shout out to Dav, like Dav Spot.
yeah,
Like during the week, it's just like a regular 1-2 restaurant and everything like that, whatever. But then like coming closer to the weekend, they kind of designate an area where they'll kind of have like a DJ booth and
right,
things like that and stuff,
right,
whatever. So it's you got to utilize the space and stuff and make as much as money from the spot as much as possible that I see. Because
yeah,
it's even like I want to say, what is this? The Spaghetti House. So the Spaghetti House, the Spaghetti Factory downtown, they do live band, and then another Spaghetti Factory somewhere else doesn't.
right,
So
right,
it kind of threw me off when I went to another one for another birthday establishment or something like that, whatever.
yeah,
And I was looking, I'm like, oh, but then it's just more to like to utilize as much as the money of the spot you can and stuff and everything like
right.
that, right? Because that one, I think they got a bouncer afterwards and stuff like that. And then now they're charging cover
That
to
that
go
is
in.
that no is that like a franchise, the Spaghetti House, or is it
Spaghetti Factory? Yeah.
okay, Spaghetti Factory. Okay,
Mhm.
yeah. I noticed. And I guess when I guess you'll have certain like leniency when it comes to like franchise spots because I'm so typical to like the usual ones that like the McDonald's, the fast food chains and so forth like that. Certain grocery stores. It was can't remember which grocery store it was by Thompson Road, and I think it's I think it's Dundas. Sorry, I think it's Dundas. Not quite sure. But okay, so typically it's just like your regular grocery chain, but the owners have their own little like ethnic food stands and ethnic food spots within that grocery chain. This is the first time I've ever seen it. I was like,
Where is this?
this is right by shit. Maybe you might know the streets better than me, but it's Thompson Road where the plaza is for the I think there's a Starbucks over there.
Thompson, where? Milton?
Yeah, here in Milton.
Okay. No, I'm thinking you're talking about like closer to like.
No, here in Milton.
Where does Dundas go? Where's Dundas?
Yeah, no. So it's not done. That's the other D one. Just up from Derry. Sorry,
Oh, okay.
Derry.
That's what I'm like.
Yeah, and it might not even be Derry. I think it might just be a little bit more down from Derry. But you know where the okay, you see where the Fortinos is, and the Shoppers Drug Mart. Is it Fortinos or is it Metro? Maybe it's Metro. And Metro and the Shoppers Drug Mart.
Yeah.
Okay, you see the plaza across the street from that.
Yeah.
Whatever
Where
that
the Fresco
supermarket is it Fresco?
Because Metro's here.
Maybe it is Fresco.
Shoppers
Maybe
is
this.
here.
Maybe
The
this
plaza
Fresco.
across the way, because
Right.
the other way there's
Right.
that Tim Hortons in the park.
Right.
So
right.
it's the Fresco.
Right. Okay. So that Fresco there, if you go in there, it's like they have like 3 to 4 different other businesses within that Fresco that has absolutely nothing to do with Fresco. And I was like, that's the first time I've ever seen like a supermarket have something that caters to like their specific ethnic group inside that. So it's like,
I guess I get what you're saying. So for a Fresco and stuff, that might be it. But I think like I've been at other Frescos and stuff where, let's say, even the one like within the city,
yeah,
let's say not too far from let's say Nickel,
okay,
right? That Fresco and stuff has a whole hot food and different kind of setup and stuff, whatever, with like other vendors and everything. And I've been to another Fresco that doesn't even have hot food,
right.
right? So
Right.
I guess it depends on that franchise and how each franchise
Yeah,
and stuff is
yeah.
run, whatever. But I don't really hold that towards the franchise and stuff itself. I just kind of hold it towards the spot, because it's kind of like I look at stuff as where if you bought a business, right? Or let's say you franchised the business,
Right.
and you can do the flexibility and everything like that, whatever. I want to think that that would be like a traditional, like kind of franchise you're thinking about and stuff, whatever, like from back in the day, like a McDonald's or something where you can't touch set things.
Right.
But I think most of the places and stuff kind of come wired and stuff to do their own remix and stuff now, because it's kind of appealing. Because why would you spend, let's say, all of your money to kind of just acquire like a McDonald's when you can acquire like, I don't know, maybe like an A&W,
Yeah.
and they have your own remix of a burger or something like that, whatever, right? Because
Right.
I had a company and stuff in my hospital and stuff at the time, and they were a chain, but the owners and stuff for this chain, they were Vietnamese descent.
Okay.
So we would ask them before in the beginning about like, you guys don't make burgers or anything like that, or fries, and their chain doesn't fry anything.
Mm.
Right? They don't fry. Like they mostly do. They would bake wedges and stuff in like a oven.
Yeah.
And do that, whatever. But they don't fry anything. That's their thing.
Got it.
Then out of nowhere, because the owner's like a Vietnamese descent,
Right.
they made pho.
Okay.
So I was looking like, does this correlate to your your thing and stuff for that? But they're like, yeah, as long as they don't like, I guess, go past the boundaries of frying anything, then it's okay. Safeguards and stuff. So every franchise could be run different and stuff like that. So I just look at it stuff as where, again, I'm taking your spot or whatever location as that. If it's a franchise and the vibe is good, I'll trotter and try another location.
Yeah.
If it's not, then your unique thing didn't work for me. I might not fuck with the other franchises and stuff, just in general.
Right.
That's just me. Because I look at it stuff as where there's tons of Jamaican restaurants. Like there's the 2 Jamaican restaurants in mind.
Yeah.
That like they're chain, and I will probably eat from one spot, but the other locations, a fuck no.
Mm.
because I was like, oh, I ate from the one spot, was good. Found out they had another location somewhere else, like here, Ontario, Dundas and stuff, neck of the woods and stuff, whatever. Went there, food was shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, I ain't fucking with the chain no more or whatever. But then I think on a late night drive and stuff, or not even late night, but it was getting late.
Right.
And I said, let me
right.
stop and grab something to eat before it get too late. I saw that spot, like, I don't know. And the food was busting again.
Okay.
So that's why I'm like, franchises, I'm not expecting Chef du Jour over here to be at the other locations and stuff like that, whatever. Like, I just know for a fact that if you treat me well,
Yeah.
I might try the other franchise locations.
Right.
If you do not,
Yeah.
middle fingers up.
Fair enough. Yeah. Yeah. That's why I asked if the Spaghetti Factory was franchised because, yeah, it's like it seems like that. Like that's the new runabout. If you can have some freedom with it, with whatever you're franchising, you might do your own twist, just like you said.
Yeah. For me, this week and stuff, what it was dope was that I celebrated the mom's birthday and
Nice.
stuff. She had turned 65.
Mm.
So I was kind of just vibing with her and stuff whatever the previous weekend and shit like that before. And then coming back into the week and stuff, whatever. It was kind of like when my peoples had a baby and I didn't get a chance to see the baby and stuff like whatever. So I finally got to lay
Okay.
eyes and stuff on little man and stuff like that and all the above.
This was close to the beginning of the year.
What?
I'm thinking your friend that had the baby?
No. I go make the business. That baby that was born in February, I already seen
You
that
seen
baby.
that? Okay.
Seen that baby and stuff, I think like in May when I was off that time after my birthday.
Right.
Yeah. So and this one was born actually July.
Okay.
This one was born in July and stuff. So I finally got a chance and stuff to see and stuff before at least he turns 2 months.
Yeah.
So I always try to, more love the kids and just try to make these little visits in 1 and 2. So it was good.
Well, congrats.
Yeah. So let's go with the polls. We had a few missing and stuff in the cut, but we can do this. So okay, first poll of the previous week before was: is it easier to raise a girl or a boy in today's times? What do you think they got?
I'm gonna say they got boy.
Boy at 78%.
Mm.
And you said it was harder to raise a boy today?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think everybody might have a different kind of vibe and stuff, whatever, but what you were saying and stuff, I do believe, let's say this, within the systems being so kind of like top heavy more to females
Right.
and to women, I feel like a girl is a lot to kind of help her be a girl boss, independent, all that type of stuff. Fuck, I would say, no, that's not the name of the show. I can't remember the show, but there was a show where on Fox way back in the 90s and stuff like that, whatever, they clowned the dude for being 30 years old. No, I think he was looking at a woman.
Right.
And she's like, you're 30 years old. You live at home with your parents and you live in your parents' basement and you're pretty much a loser. But that's 55% of the population and stuff, whatever, today. From the 90s to thing.
Yeah.
And I look at it stuff as where a lot of the boys and stuff, like what you were saying, like I think we made everything kind of lean so heavy towards the girls being great.
Right.
That like we didn't really think about the boys and stuff because I guess they're insinuating that like it's a man's world.
Yeah.
So they already have what it takes stuff to kind of be great. But then you have shit like the Me Too movement, certain other type of things and stuff where it's kind of like the boys really kind of got lost.
Right.
And we don't live in the outside playing till street lights come on time anymore. So I kind of look at it stuff as where if back when you probably had like, let's say a pack of like 6 good solid friends that physically you would see, call, ding, go out with and everything like that. I feel like for these boys, it might be a lot less or probably even half of that.
Yeah.
And if they get into conflict with one or another, let's say if it's like, 3 of them and stuff like that, whatever, it's kind of like everybody's doing their own independent thing and stuff, whatever. And I don't want to keep stressing on the loneliness epidemic and stuff whatever for men, but it does happen and stuff like that for the boys. And the boys, before they become men, are in this kind of loneliness kind of thing. So I think like that, to teach a child, boy or girl, to be social in today's times is a different kind of breed.
Yeah. I can
because it's kind of like social media, even though the name social media is saying that, whatever.
Yeah.
some of these boys and girls don't even know how to have a conversation with, like, I want to say somebody of their age without a phone
Right,
or
right.
without social media, right? So it's kind of like, I'm not saying we're not making excuses and stuff for that, but I look at it like that's something we need to look at and stuff on how our kids are learning things and coming about and stuff, whatever. And I think that education, like I feel like the disparities of education and stuff is like one of those things why I feel like it's easier to raise a girl because girls have a higher graduation rate than boys.
Yeah.
From like post-secondary school and from like high school to even like college.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's easy to raise a boy.
Mm.
So when you were saying this stuff like that, I was thinking about it, and I kind of just like mellowed and stuff in it when you were talking. That's why I didn't really say too much.
Yeah.
But then when I looked at it stuff, I was like, well, maybe some other people might think different from what we think.
Yeah,
And then when you're polling, they're like, no, boy. I was like, shit. I was like, okay.
Yeah, yeah. It's going back to just mentioning that whole the social media aspect. I seen a post not too long ago. It was a cartoon drawn, but it was like is really edifies what's happening today where a family sitting at the table, and this is like it had like 19 let's say like 1989 or something like that.
Okay.
And the family is like praying, like the mom just finished putting the food on the table. She's standing up because she just finished putting it, but she's still in prayer mode. Flip it, 2000s, everybody sitting at the table with their phone in their hands, looking at the phones. Nobody's not paying attention to anybody, including the mom that's standing up. She's got her phone in her hand. So,
Oh,
it's you're looking at that, and it's like anywhere you go now, it's like anytime I go out, as like I make it a conscious habit to just and we've always talked about that, just put away the phone. But you look around,
yeah.
and even if the conversation is going around, at some point you see somebody will pick up their phone and check something.
I think our cell phones went from a crutch to like a prosthetic for most people.
Right.
Right. So it's kind of like you don't know something. You just brief moment. You're bored. You're just quick to the phone and stuff, whatever. Right.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of, I want to say, rewiring and like, I don't want to say, but rewiring slash mindset.
Yeah.
To kind of just be conscious of stuff like, you know what? I'm going to ignore this thing for a set time and stuff. And anything with humans and stuff or human beings after the age of 7, it takes repetition. It takes repetition to kind of learn and let certain things and stuff set in and stuff, whatever, right?
Yeah.
So if you're conscious enough to say, you know what, I'm going out. I'm a type of person I always will go in and out my phone and stuff for that often.
Right.
Let me shut my shit off.
Yeah.
Then you go out with whosoever and stuff to be social. You have that itch. You realize like, what the fuck, my phone is off. You're like, oh yeah, I made this conscious effort today by just doing this. Do you get back to the proceedings or do you backslide or do you have cheat day or cheat moment?
Yeah.
Right? Then it's all up to the individual and stuff, whatever. That's why I look at it stuff is where the excuses is kind of different for me, where it's kind of like there's certain mnemonic things you can kind of put in place
Right.
to kind of help thing. And but some people might find the balance and stuff within their own. Like if they're looking like, I know a lady and stuff, whatever, she's like, to be honest, she can't fuck with social media until she goes somewhere where she doesn't, let's say, care to be in for too long.
Right.
So say if she's, I don't know, like with her peoples and stuff like that and stuff, because she said that her man and stuff is more of a social kind of guy.
Yeah.
She's not. And she'll go, she'll be like, finally, I can probably check Snapchat, this, that, and the third, and all that type of stuff for her at that time.
Right.
So I'm like, won't you be afraid that somebody might try to call you and plug you into the conversation? No, then she'll shut it down. But 9 times out of 10, her man is more of a social kind of guy.
Okay.
So he's kind of probably going on with his stories, and his people's going on with his stories and stuff, whatever. Then she's just in there playing catch up.
Playing catch up. Yeah. It's weird because even so, we went. My sister had an anniversary barbecue 2 weeks ago, and we were there, and we ran into a Vo, and she said she looked at my wife and she's like, "Hey, what's up? Like, I've been trying to reach out to you saying seeing what's up, and I can't find you on Instagram." Now, my wife has deleted Instagram and Facebook. It's been months now, right? And it's so weird how people just look at that as spots to try and connect you with. And just the flip side of that, like, I mean, you know what's been going on with me and Meta. So I've been having my Facebook down for it's been down for geez, shit, almost 3 months now,
Almost
right?
3 months.
So and I check uh Facebook for like the business stuff, but while I'm there, I'll catch up with whoever I need to catch up with. But it's so weird to see that in like my other chats, like I got a WhatsApp family chat where my cousin Christine, she sent like messages and memes whole lot. Then I got another friend by the name, she go has a name like my sister Paulette. She'll send like Facebook memes, and I'll be like, oh, like I don't have a Facebook account. I can't open these and see what you guys are sending. But then I realized like, okay, it's not so much that I'm on there to socialize with like friends and family because it's like there's other apps that I usually catch up with those people on. If not WhatsApp, that would probably be my main app for family and so forth.
Mm.
Right. But it's come to the point where literally now I'm considering once whenever Meta decides to let me off this ban, then I'm just gonna scrap that personal account because I really don't need it. I really don't use it. And then just like have those businesses have their own accounts
Mhm.
and just run it like that. Because yeah, as I realized, majority of the people, and with those people who are sending me memes, I just tell them, yo, I'm not on Facebook. So if it's anything, I won't see your Facebook posts or won't see any Facebook posts that you send me. But this is how you reach me. You can always reach me here, and it's just basically been like that. But it's just it's like when we talk about it, even to just pull away from it,
Mhm.
you realize how it's like it's become uh, um
Prosthetic.
that prosthetic what you're talking about, where people are looking for you, where, oh, let me try and reach so and so. Oh, let me jump on Instagram or Facebook to try and get to that person when no, majority of you have my number, right? The
But a lot of
majority
people don't remember fucking numbers.
what
Because I think like even one of my homeboys and stuff, he uses Facebook for most people's birthdays thing. So
Okay.
like that, like I guess OG people that he would know,
Right.
he uses that for birthdays. So it's
Okay.
basically it's kind of like say if I'm talking to him and say like today might be whoever the fuck that we might know and everything like in the past.
Yeah.
Like he's like, oh, it's such and such birthday today. I'm like, how you know that? And he's like, Facebook.
Mm.
Facebook and stuff, whatever. Like it was just meant like it was telling you like, oh, today is such and such's birthday,
Right,
and
right,
stuff
right,
like
right.
that, whatever. So that's what I always keeping track for a birthday. So he's like, why? Probably a lot of people that we know from back then didn't know about my birthday because I'm not on Facebook,
Because you're not on Facebook.
right? So then he's kind of like, yeah, a lot of people want stuff use like these things and stuff for that particular purpose and stuff, whatever, right? But I look at it stuff as where me myself, I want to put the blame on myself first. That I don't rememberize anybody's number who I really need to call. Like, I don't know your phone number and stuff, whatever, off head.
Yeah, but is that more social media or is that just the phone itself? Because I started forgetting
But
numbers
that's the
with
phone.
just the
But
phone.
that's what I'm saying. That's the phone itself. But
Yeah.
I look at it stuff as that some people and stuff don't even like think about it. Some people who go pick up women and stuff, or some guys go pick up women and everything, or vice versa.
Yeah.
They're not even exchanging numbers no more.
No.
They're doing the social. So it's some form of contact.
Yeah.
But I look at it and stuff as like, yo, boss, if I need to get at you, I feel like the fastest way might, because if you need to get at me, the fastest way to get at me is calling me
Right.
or texting me.
Right.
Right? If you're sending me on the socials, I don't got no notifications on. So if you're like, yo, Marv,
do I.
like if let's say, God forbid, touch wood and stuff, whatever, it might be some situation where you're like, yo, Marv, send help. I'm at da-da-da. And you DM that shit. Buddy. I hope it's not an RIP by the time I get to it or something like that, whatever. Because I'm looking like, I ain't the one.
Right.
But like if you even like get the number and then you dial and then it went to a voicemail shit, whatever, and I legit missed it.
Yeah.
And I'm looking like, smooth call. Ain't left voicemail. And then I'm like, help, I'm in the ditch.
I got a better chance of being saved.
Oh, yeah. Oh, hell yeah. Because I mean that's what I'm saying. So I'm like, a lot of people do have notifications on their phone.
Right.
And then there's others and stuff that might turn on for particular things. And some people might be like me that don't even like react to this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I look at it stuff as where even if we stick to a number, that still might be your savior, your dying grace or your saving grace.
Yeah.
Because let's say, for example, your wife was on social media, and let's say, I don't know, you're with somebody or some shit like that, whatever, and then you can go back to this ditch scenario and stuff again, whatever, right? They're like, oh, I can't get into your phone because you have the face thing, whatever, right?
Right.
So now they can't get into your phones, be like, oh my gosh, let me let his peoples know that he's in a ditch and we might have to go to the hospital and stuff like that, whatever.
Yeah.
What's his wife's social again? Would she accept my message? Because we're not friends already on a social media.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like if you get a direct call and stuff from whatever fucking number and they leave a voicemail and say, yo, I'm with Smooth. This what happened to us. We're going to this thing. Crystal clear.
Yeah.
A phone number is more handy and stuff, whatever, than I still think. We feel like we pushed it way in the back to a place for other things and stuff,
Way
whatever.
in the back.
But at the end of the day, you can't get no phone on a phone plan without a phone number.
Without a phone number.
So the phone number should be priority.
It should still be the priority, but
we know what we know.
Yeah, it's like people get a phone and that's the last thing they're using their phone for.
Oh, for sure.
That's the last thing they're using their phone for. It's funny. I think about it now. There's like growing up, at least 50 numbers I would know off by heart. There might be, the after get past the 15 might be the next 16 to 20 that I might have to sit down and think about and do the number cycle in my head before I get it. But easily 15. And then when that stopped was when they started having the little digital phone books.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
So then when they had the little digital phone books, I was like, oh shit. I mean, I don't even need to carry a pen or write down numbers anymore. I could just save everything, and that should just save tons of numbers, right? So that even then, you still knew some numbers, but I think that was the start. That was the start of the decline for me.
I feel like the funny thing too is this is just my theory and stuff, whatever. I always look at it stuff as where the moment we start slacking as people and civilizations and stuff about like remembering phone numbers is when the number game got beyond our control. Like
when they started adding extra area codes and stuff like that?
I'm talking about just like dollars and everything and stuff like that. Like think about like, let's say back then when you had to remember Agnes, Martha, the neighborhood's phone numbers and everything, houses were like peanuts.
Right.
Then now explain to me and stuff, but people can't even remember friggin' phone numbers now. Explain to me the same built type styled house, you build it across the street, why across the street costs way much more than the one currently there.
Right.
They're gonna tell me what? Concrete expires. Right? That's why they always do constant like road work and maintenance work and everything like that. So I'm looking at them like, that house that you built way before this one should be cheaper than this one.
Should be.
But then the numbers game they're like, yo, we're just throwing numbers. And I realize a lot of places just want to throw numbers just to fuck you up to make sure you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And I was like, let's get back to fucking with numbers.
They tell you about the property value. I had to explain that. I had to explain that to my wife when we were doing the renovations out in Owensound, because when she's doing stuff, she go over the top and everything, right? So when we're ready to rent now, she in her mind she's looking at what the upstairs and downstairs looks at compared to what everything else in the area looks at. How it's it's 100% cut above everything else. So she wants to charge this. And when we were speaking to because I already knew when she spoke to the property manager says, okay, we can only charge this amount. And she's like, why can't I get the amount that I want? And she goes, well, you have to go with the market value. You have to go with the market value. The market value dictates what you can charge. And she had a hard time understanding that. I said, no, that's what it is. It don't matter how much money you put in a house. You know what I mean? Yeah, the value of it may have increased, but if you're doing anything outside of that, it's gonna go by the market value.
Numbers. Larry June warned you. Numbers. All right. The next poll of that week was: are good men rare to find. What do you think they got? Yeah, yes and no was options.
Yes.
Yes came in with 75%. What do you consider a good man? Like give me three main things would make a good man to you. And this is a good damn question.
Yeah. Someone who has a loyalty,
Okay.
right? Financially stable.
Okay.
And a good disposition. When I say good disposition, I mean kind-hearted, likes to, is giving.
You're trying to make too much out of the third one. So pick one thing.
No, but when I say a good disposition, I don't separate any of that, right? Like I think a person who has a good disposition is capable of all those things. So I don't want to just say a kind-hearted man, but there's other qualities that kind of fall in that category. So I'll just say good disposition.
Yeah, see, I don't with that whatever I want to get jiggy with it because I look at it stuff as where I want to keep it basic because that right there will confuse a lot. Like if your daughter's looking for a good man and you're saying disposition, she might find a guy that might be kind hearted, but he
Right.
might not do other type of things.
Right.
Right. And I look at it stuff as like you want to make it clean, crystal clean, simplify, clarify, economize. That's my slogan. So for my three things I would say for a good man, I would say dick discipline,
Right.
helpful,
Right.
and compassionate.
Okay.
That would be it for a good man. I wouldn't put loyalty in there and stuff, whatever, because I feel and I'll tell you why. The loyalty thing and stuff, whatever. Loyalty is my superpower.
Right.
Not everybody. I expect everybody to have my superpower and stuff, whatever. Because if that be the case, I'd be the only damn good man that I know out of an army of men that I think are still good men.
Okay.
Because I look at it stuff as where if you don't have loyalty, like in like certain aspects, like to the woman you're with, to the peoples that you know your crew you might roll with, and everything like that, whatever.
Right.
I wouldn't off you as like a bad man because I look at it stuff as where you probably had your or personal reasons why you weren't loyal to this chick or why you didn't feel loyal to this group
Right.
or certain type of things and stuff like that. And then you have the understanding. I'm like, oh, okay, you're not a bad guy.
Right. Right.
So choice is by choice. I think for good men today, I look at it stuff as where there's certain dudes that continue and I don't say continue and stuff, whatever. You got to give a boy time to grow to be a man.
Yeah.
But I look at it stuff as where you come to a point when you know better and you still choose not to do better. This is where I have a problem and stuff like that, whatever. So now I can't quantify too many guys and stuff, whatever, who's kind of like, they know they should do better, but they're not doing better
Right.
as good men. Now, when we're looking at it and stuff, we make excuses for a lot of adults, men and women.
Mhm.
When it comes down to it now, for you want, let's say, a sister or something like that to find a good man,
Right.
so to speak.
Right.
And when you're pointing her to that direction and stuff of the good man, and she's like, yo, what are the things I'm supposed to look for? So you're saying loyalty
Loyalty.
and stuff, whatever. And say I'm the sister.
Yeah.
What do you mean by loyalty?
I mean, somebody who's gonna stick with you and have that sort of discipline that you're looking for, and ain't gonna stray from side to side because he sees some other chick. He's loyal to you and you only.
So that's just sexually.
Yeah.
Sexually and like intimate level and stuff,
Yeah.
whatever. But what if he cuts business deals with other people, other women and stuff like that, whatever? He's not sleeping with them physically and stuff, whatever. But it's kind of
Right.
like instead of putting, let's say certain funds in their household,
Right.
he's watering multiple bushes to make sure he'll still be straight. Would that quantify as loyalty?
Is that not affect? As long as it's not affecting you and you're as long as he's loyal to you and keeps that in check, then I don't know I don't know what you're gonna deem him doing on the outside world if that's gonna be important to you. What's gonna be important to you is that he's loyal to you.
It's still not crystal clear enough, whatever, for me to fully get jiggy with it.
Yeah,
because it's kind of
okay. So I was listening to this dude talk about this financial dude I was following, right?
Okay.
And he was saying the dude his mother was with And it's funny that we're talking about. He said he's a really good dude. Helped raise him.
So the financial guy you're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay.
Helped raise him
Okay.
and his mom. A lot of the financial stuff that he knew
From the guy.
was coming from the guy.
Okay.
But they were the other family. So this guy, he had like his wife and kids
Mhm.
that he was married to, and then like they were
The mom was a side piece?
yeah, his mom was a side piece.
Okay.
Right? And basically it's like, nah, he took care of his home front, right? Made sure everybody was straight and nothing was wrong with that. But then he basically
Had the time to take care of
him and his mom. And he's like,
yeah.
just like you're saying, like, I like the guy. I really like, to me, he was really good to me and my mom. So I see. So that's why I say, if you're going to be loyal to the point where you're not going to deviate from your family or your family responsibility, because who knows if the other wife knew or didn't know. She might have known. She might have known.
She might have known. She might have not. And yeah, but then he's still taking care of business.
Yeah, he taking care of business,
Right.
so she don't care,
Right.
right? So that's what I'm saying. Is at that point it probably is going to be up to you as an individual. But as long as he's loyal enough to make sure that the home front is secure and he's not really in that situation, he was dicking around. But I mean, they still accepted it.
Mhm.
But you know, if
It was
he's
a different world back then.
yeah, if he's putting money over there and he's putting money over there, as long as it's not taking food off of your table and food out of your kid's mouth, you got to do what you got to put up with whatever you're willing to put up with to make that life.
That's fair. That I can understand, because again, it's kind of like, yeah, there's a lot of people and stuff, whatever, or let's say a lot of men that I know would water in different, like, let's say, spots. So let's
Yeah.
say water not only just mean like, like fucking, so to speak, and stuff, whatever, but even just like, yeah, paying bills over here, taking care of this woman or something like that, another location and everything. Again, he's still not off, because I look at it stuff as where that the polyamorous type of relationship, and like the Muslim in Islam with having multiple wives.
Yeah.
If you can't love them or treat them equally and stuff, then you don't deserve them.
Right.
So, or you shouldn't have an extra whatever. So I'm
Well,
looking like,
saying that's what it's saying. Back in the Bible days, the majority of the people who had like the multiple wives, they were wealthy, they were rich.
yeah.
They had the means to do that.
Yeah, and I think that's part of the thing why I think that like the dating game is still a little bit kind of fucked up from that too, because I
Right.
look at it stuff as like the ones who have money can do that.
Yeah.
Don't assume every guy has money
Yeah,
can do
to
that.
to do that.
Like I look at it stuff, and we spoke about it and stuff. I can't remember the song. I think it was a Simba song when he's like, cheating on the chicks with no money is trifling. Cheating with money and stuff in your pocket is all right with them.
You're right.
So it's kind of like, you gotta pay to play.
Right. Yeah.
You gotta pay to play. So I mean, some people can do that and stuff like that, whatever. But again, I think like I know there's a guy I know, OG now. Yeah, he's up there. Hopefully he's still around and everything. I haven't seen him in years, but I remember like, yo, he had 6 kids,
Okay.
right? And I think his 5th kid was a girl,
Hmm.
right? And he had 4 boys before her and everything like that. And he said he needs to water and grow her to a level
Right.
to make sure and stuff, certain things and stuff are set, because a girl needs a father figure
Right.
in that household.
Right.
But he said that the other boys and stuff like that, he was with them enough, and the girl always saw her siblings and stuff like that, whatever. So it's kind of like he knew he left a trail of broken homes,
Yeah.
but he knew for a fact and stuff, whatever, with the daughter, he has to move a little bit different.
Right.
Because he's like, she could be impregnated by multiple men.
Yeah.
And everything like that, and then still not be what she needs to be and stuff as a queen that he's trying to raise. Right. So, and I was looking, I'm like, but you intentionally left
The
broken homes.
Yeah.
Whatever, right? And he's like, you know what? When you know better, you do better.
Yeah.
He's like, he did know better, like after like child 2,
Mm-hmm.
but then it was kind of like, he didn't like condoms until he heard somebody he knew caught AIDS and got ready to die and stuff at the time, whatever, right?
Right.
And he's looking like, I need to slow down. He's like, what do you mean you got the germ? And then that's what they called it and stuff back then.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, whatever, he's like, yo, he's dying and stuff. And he's like, shit, I thought we could fuck women all damn day. And then he realized, he's like, no, we had this conversation. I think I was like 20, 21 at the time.
Right.
And he was like, at least like, I want to say pushing 50. And he's like, yo, he's like, you need structure. Every boy needs structure to know for a fact that that dick cannot go in every hole.
Yeah. It, I'm thinking about it because we were talking about this the other day, where it's almost like it's a dwindling population because the family is not having more. It's not. They're not having large families
Mhm.
like our one friend, right?
Mhm.
And we're saying when we get old, we need people in the workforce to make sure that everything is strong, that that pension money can ride in. It's funny because yeah, Papa was a Rolling Stone, but he put a lot of kids in in that position to help do the economy well, right? Back then we had multiple families with we had families with multiple children, but we also had the Rolling Stone who was just like putting people out there in the workforce. So I
You mean just
mean,
creating people?
yeah, I mean,
Oh, yeah. But I mean, but creating people's, to me, I don't say it's easy, but I feel like, yo, in today's time and stuff, whatever, it's kind of like a no-brainer because we look at it as like, for me, I came up in a world with teenage mom.
okay,
So Teen Mom was the shit.
yeah,
Like a TV show
oh yeah,
hit.
yeah,
So meaning like it's not a problem for people to be making babies.
yeah,
Because teens are making babies and stuff like that, whatever, right? Solid people is a different argument
right,
because these teen mom, teen pops could make these kids and stuff like that, whatever, and not give them any structure and discipline. And these fuckers got to go date my kids
right,
and stuff like that. I'm looking like, no. You were cut from some different kind of cloth
yeah,
that I don't want mixing with my seed.
yeah,
Right. And I look at it stuff as like, I don't care if you're making workers. I care if you're making solid, good people.
mm,
We don't need more crime. We don't need people to boost the crime rate. We need
right.
people to make this world a better place. So
I
if
agree with you.
yeah, so if you're, but as I'm saying, if
Yeah,
you're
I
not
agree with you.
there,
Yeah,
if you're not there helping raise and stuff like that, whatever,
yeah,
playing your position, I got a problem with that.
mm,
Because I don't think you're helping creating solid people
yeah.
when it's broken homes and we know the stats for a broken home.
I agree with you 100%. The I'm looking at this. The government will probably care less because at some point they're gonna either make money off of you, whether either you're working or you're in jail doing whatever. They just need people to contribute to that ever rolling funding.
Yeah, without a doubt. But
Japan is at a crisis because they're at the point where the population is aging and they need like a lot of foreign workers. So the other day they made a deal with Africa, right, to kind of open up the gateways to have immigrant workers to come in and do some of that work that the older population is now phasing out of. And the people didn't want cultural change. They didn't want these African workers to come over, and they thought it was a threat to their society. So the government ended up having to nix that because there's like they came out with like a force of just petitions and all of this. The local politicians in the area was like, okay, well, we gotta ride with the people, or else we won't be politicians anymore in this, you know what I mean? So
right,
the whole thing just kind of broke it up, but it's not at the detriment to Japan because what are they going to do? There's like they're not reproducing fast enough
right.
to fulfill these needs. So have some Rolling Stones out there. Have some Rolling Stones out there.
Yeah, I'm not agreeing to that. I'm not agreeing to that. You got to come correct or don't come at all. I think that even like when the Canadian government and stuff, when they had their issues that letting in groups and stuff, whatever, I don't think it was like a straight backlash in the beginning. I think it was just more of a situation. They just did it.
Yeah.
You do what needs to be done. That's part of the government shit, right? They tax the people. People pay taxes a year because it's what needs to be done and stuff, whatever. Fuck your opinion. There's a ton of people that can protest and say, like, we don't want to pay taxes and everything like that. We have infrastructure. We have shit that we need to do. This is our land.
Mhm.
We're allowing you to live on whatever. Congratulations, you were born. You got citizenship. We got shit to do.
Right.
So if our shit to do and stuff is to keep this economy and this money and this funding and stuff, and you're like, it's going against our cultural. You come up with the money when you ain't got no bread coming in then.
That's it. That's it.
Next poll was, would you sacrifice your dreams for love? What do you think the percentages were out of the yes and the no's?
Yes.
Yes?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, not this time. It is
Really?
71% said no. They would not sacrifice their dreams for love.
Really?
Yes. Now, sound like you are hopeless romantic, such as myself.
I was gonna say I thought there was more hopeless romantics out there, even with thinking that even with thinking or knowing that they shouldn't.
Mm.
Still, that hopeless romantic would kick it in, and they would. But that's interesting. It's the dynamic has changed. Then
Like for me, okay, the why I think no is
yeah,
because feminism. No, I'm not gonna start. I'm not gonna start. But I do believe that the world we live in and stuff, it more prioritizes you situating your dream, your careers first,
right
right? And then the family dynamic is kind of something
after.
afterwards. So it's kind of like, I want to be great by myself before I attach myself to someone. And possibly we might make a family, or possibly we might get dogs. Possibly our world might slow down, or my world might slow down.
Yeah,
Because let's say if you're like I don't know, like a high demand photographer or some shit like that, whatever,
right,
for like
right.
for like musicians and all this type of
Yeah,
stuff
for
and
sure.
everything like that, whatever. This might be like some people would die for a job like that. You happen to have this job and stuff, whatever. And you know, you might meet one or two women and stuff on the way and everything like that, whatever. And some of them might try to talk to you to like lock it in, like, oh, I wish you'd be serious about me.
Yeah,
I wish you would choose me and slow down. One day I would like to have a family and everything. And you're like, I got my dream job.
right. Yeah, 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 yeah,
I might not be able to, if I slow down here or
yeah.
we stop here, I might not get paid as much. I might not see as much. I might not be around as
One
much.
hundred percent.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, like I heard some women and stuff say they won't date a guy and stuff in the nightlife, like in a DJ life,
Yeah.
whatever, right? And like that thing could even pop in some type of thing. Like you could be DJing at a 1-2 event to it's a staple thing to like next, you know, they want to fly you out, go DJ
Oh, of
here,
course, of
and
course.
then, you know, and then
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
et cetera, to like you're on some like a Khaled type of
yeah.
shit, whatever. You go from radio personality to where even, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think if you're aspiring to have certain like a career in certain fields that demand that you're
Certain feels the same. Yeah.
yeah, no, certain fields that demand that you're I don't think you should lock in. Like
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay.
yeah,
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 yeah. I don't
yeah,
think
yeah.
you should lock
Yeah,
in,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like for the life of me, I don't see why basketball players get married. I don't, right?
No, I'm with it. I'm with it.
Or any type of sports person for that matter. Like I don't see why they get married.
Because
Or
you're constantly on the go
you're
anyway.
constantly on the go.
You're constantly on the go anyway and stuff like that, whatever. You're in these parties, these shoulders, rubbing shoulders and everything.
And if it's hard for a regular man to have discipline, it's 10 times as hard for somebody at that status to have it.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So if you like, why even put yourself in that position?
Shout out to Stephon Diggs.
Why even put yourself in that position? But you're right. If you're gonna be like a photographer, and again, it's probably like how you look at it. Like if you're just gonna be like the photographer who takes family photos, you know, works around town with companies, then for sure, okay. But if you have aspirations of going to Africa and shooting like wild lions and that sort of
Some
shit,
National Geographic
yeah,
shit.
if you want to be a National Geographic type photographer,
So that's why like the photographer thing kind of came in. I'm like, could you imagine if like you, let's say you had opportunity to go to be a National Geographic photographer, right? And the woman you're with and stuff is telling you now, I'm pregnant.
yeah,
Now, whatever, right? So now do you sacrifice saying like, yo, well, I'll send money. And I know it sounds fucked,
yeah,
but you're still playing your position and stuff like that, whatever. And you're still living your dreams,
right, right.
right? I feel like this is just me. I feel like the world will look at you kind of different when the fact that you chose to fulfill your dreams and not be a miserable person, but you couldn't sacrifice it for your children or the love of your life.
It would look at you different, man, and but it could be a different answer 5 years from now.
I think regret is the problem.
Regret?
Regret would be a major problem and stuff, whatever, because I think if for you to live a life and stuff to know for a fact that like, yo, that I call it the Uncle Rico effect.
Right.
I don't know if you've ever seen the movie Napoleon Dynamite. So
Yes. Yeah.
his Uncle Rico was like, man, if coach would have put me in, we'd have been state champs. That regret
Right.
that coach never put him in
Yeah.
left him stuck. So imagine if like you never fulfilled that dream
Yeah.
and you just stuck in that moment, be like, I could have been taking photos of friggin' Simba eating a damn zebra.
Yeah.
But you're here,
But you're here.
changing diapers.
At the very best, the Walmart photographer.
Yeah, Walmart photographer, you know.
The very best.
Family photo shoot. Okay. The next poll we had, the last poll we had from the stack was true or false. If you work hard, you'll be rich. What do you think the people's got?
False.
False came in. False at 77%. Now, I'm on the true side of it.
Right.
I have an understanding and stuff of it. And I think for me, I'd just say the true aspect for me would be of resources and like extra work you put in. Cause I will look at it stuff as where they have a slogan. I forget how they say it. I'm gonna butcher it and stuff, whatever too. But it's kind of like, yeah, like the millionaires and stuff burn the hours. They burn the extra hours and stuff out of the clock.
Right.
So it's kind of like the regular folks work a regular 8-hour to possibly 12-hour shift, and the millionaires and stuff, whatever, will sacrifice sleep in order to make sure. And I feel like when you're sacrificing sleep, that's the work aspect and stuff.
Right. Right. Yeah.
And you are on the false side.
Yeah. I think, man, you put in a lot of hours and nothing may come of it. Like I see a lot of people who I know work hard personally
Mhm.
and still struggling to make ends meet, right?
Mhm.
It's one of those things where I think we talk about it like I mean we say this all the time. You almost have to have like a side hustle to kind of get ahead in today's day.
Correct.
Would you consider the side hustle working hard?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Okay. I think maybe if you're using your brain, I would probably consider that maybe working smarter and maybe not harder. And then I would
That's
throw
fair.
in I would probably throw in a dash of luck because sometimes things fall in your
A
lap.
dash of what?
A dash of luck. Sometimes
Luck.
some things fall into your lap
Yeah, yeah.
that will get you where you need to go, and you may have not put in any effort at all,
Right.
right? Like with my foray into stocks, I would say a bit of both, a bit of luck
Mhm.
and a bit of faith. Bit of luck and a bit of faith. Because when I first started, I knew absolutely nothing about the stock game. Only that, I was pitched this particular stock
Mhm.
and that the people who did know about it had did their research,
Mhm.
and this was the stock to go with. So my faith was in what they've researched already.
What we already know.
Yeah,
What we already know.
So I jumped in, and then again, me not personally knowing how the game went, when the stock started going down, I panicked,
Right.
right? Thinking
I'm not gonna lose my
this is the
money.
end all. My poor little money that I put in, I'm about to lose it all.
Right.
And I said to myself, as soon as I can get back to where I kind
Kinda
of break even,
Yeah.
I would just sell it. So that happened and broke even, and then I sold it. And then less than a year later, it was making money. I was like,
Kicking the pants.
damn.
Kicking the pants.
So the next time around, it was Tesla, and it was a different story with Tesla.
You got a
I
tip.
I got a tip. I got a tip. Same. I didn't get the tip. Pause. But I got an understanding this was the stock to go forth with. So then, I jumped in on it, and this time around, still not knowing the game,
Right.
this time around, it made like a whole whack of money. And so then I decided at that point, I should understand this a little bit more,
Mhm.
because who knows when I'll get another good advice. Who knows when I'll get another one of those,
Dress up the argument.
just up the argument, and then let me try to figure out how to properly invest my money in the stock market, right? So
Mhm.
then I started doing a little studying.
And the studying, but that's what I'm saying. The studying, I would still quantify as work.
That would be the
That'd
work
be
I
that
put in.
because that'd be the extra time, because it's kind of like you now have to sit and kind of either educate yourself or learn, and to still take time and stuff. Whatever. It's kind of like your 10,000 hours.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like when you're just adding to your 10,000 hours and stuff like that, whatever, before you become like profound, proficient, and and professional. So that's why I was looking at stuff. I was like, yeah, it's the work that I'll take and stuff for there. But no, you're right though. I look at it stuff as where a piece of luck could help you catapult. And again, you had no experience or good amount of knowledge.
Right.
You got good advice.
Right.
And then just plunge your money in, and then boom, bam, bam.
Yeah.
Things
yeah.
turned out well and stuff for you,
Yeah.
right? Let me ask you this. When it comes to gambling, do you gamble with more faith or with more luck? Because I look at it stuff as where, like, even if we're looking at a religious aspect,
Yeah.
the Bible's not too keen on gambling.
No, it's not.
Right?
Not.
So to say like you're gonna go with faith, like more of what you know,
Right.
compared to like luck, do you think more like for yourself, do you go with more of what you know than more to the luck aspect? Because the Tesla thing was luck and you did well.
Yeah, the test did, and I did well. And again,
That won't be a common
but
thing.
that wouldn't be a comment. And that was I think that was me understanding a risk also and willing to take that risk.
Well, I was about to say more the person who kind of gave you the good insight.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of like their information was kind of like the faith of what you know.
Right.
And they're looking like, yeah, I'm just spreading a good word.
Yeah. So it was more like I guess a calculated risk then.
Yeah.
Because I weighed the odds, and the odds were more of it that it would make the money.
Right.
So then I was able to jump in on that, right?
Nice.
But there's a lot of times where you take that risk and it goes the other way, right? But I guess it's the willing to, where they always say risk equals rewards.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess it's one of those things where I think if you just solely depend on that one job that you work hard, first of all, the world is set up for you not to get rich to the point where you don't need to work. They need you at your ass as a worker, right?
So they need more workers than they need more.
Yeah. Tons of those, right? So it's not set up for you to get ahead. So you're going to have to either be lucky or again put in those 10,000 hours of studying to get to where you need to actually go.
You know what? Because like with the put in the 10,000 hours,
yeah,
I've always kind of quantified that as like, let's say, not even just formal schooling, but just like the education aspect and stuff, whatever, right? The trial and error, like the theory, the practicals, and everything like that. But and a good portion of like today's times and stuff, like we tend to stray away from like the education, the learning, the ones and twos and stuff like that. It's kind of like, no, everybody's like, no, I want the luck.
Right.
Fuck the work, I want the luck.
Yeah.
Right. And when it doesn't turn out of stuff to the favor and stuff, that's I'm like, do we now do a calculated risk to say, like, all right, this and this will increase my odds of hitting it with the luck.
Yeah.
Right? Because kind of like the roulette. Because you can bet on red and you can bet on black. And then that one would be that green one, whatever, right?
Right.
So I'm like, to have the cojones to say you bet all on green when there's one green,
red, one green,
so many reds, so many black.
Yeah.
and everything like that. But I'm like, you know something that I don't.
No, yeah. You woke up this morning and you got the immaculate conception type information happening
Something
to
because
you.
I'm gonna look at stuff. I'm like, majority gonna go on black. Let me bet on black. Fuck even a number, because remember,
Right.
for the color they pay so much.
Yeah.
For the number
for the
they pay
number.
so much more.
Right.
Right. So I look at it as like, yo, you really need to have either good calculated risk or just stick with what you know, and then start from there.
Start from there, yeah.
And then again, that kind of quantifies the stuff as the work, because the more you go in from that aspect and stuff, it's kind of like you're adding on to more what you knew.
Yeah.
Like if you're like, I don't know shit about crypto. You watch 1-2 videos and stuff like that, whatever. Still not making you a profound expert.
Right.
If you do, you're a different kind of idiot.
Yeah.
But then, like, you've watched so many videos, then you look like, all right, you know what? Let me ask some financial people and stuff, whatever, right? You're not doing the work, like you're saying. You're kind of letting your brain work and like your conversation skills
Yeah.
to kind of cut this time, because you could have watched 5 videos that night and then having a conversation with this one person could have slashed at least 4 of those videos you watched.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
And then now you have the ability and stuff to kind of move a little bit better when you're finally ready to get your feet wet into the crypto world.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Even just I think even just that have the know-it-all to even just put yourself within certain rooms.
Speak on that some more.
Because for instance, right?
Mhm.
I've been contemplating of going to the play golf tournament.
As you should.
Because I know I'll be in certain rooms, right? And be amongst certain people who are in that sort of field, doing that sort of thing, and just to have the conversation, right? Because a lot of times those tips happen during those conversations.
Agreed.
Yeah. So even just the wherewithal to know that you got to be in certain room to make certain money.
That's fair.
Yeah.
All right. With the anniversary of Aaliyah's passing, it's 21 years since Aaliyah has
21 years.
21 years. She died in 2001. 24 years. She's going, I think, here's my thing. Aaliyah had a kind of, I want to say, aura and magic when it came to, I want to say, not just performing,
Yeah.
but just the voice. I feel like, my opinion is going to be controversial, but I feel like Beyonce wouldn't be as big if Aaliyah was still around. But everything happens for a reason.
Yeah. I can rock with that theory.
Because it, like, Beyonce is a hell of a performer.
Yes.
Right? To show her range and everything like that, she has specific songs. But I want to say those ones and stuff that are going to be her money makers.
No. You're right.
Dangerously in Love, range.
Right.
Run the World, Who Run the World, girls will have more spins than Dangerously Love any day of the week. Right? So I look at it as stuff as where it's more the performance aspect, the moving, the dancing, the everything we like to see of Beyonce.
Yeah.
Kind of puts her on the map. Aaliyah at the time didn't really come from more of a dancing world, because it's more of like a at your best kind of a tomboy kind of vibe.
Right.
But then she started getting into her sometimes I'm goody. Right now I'm naughty. That song, I Need Somebody.
Yeah.
Like that song and stuff starts showing more of that performance aspect.
Right.
And even if when that song dropped, Beyonce was still in the groove.
Yes, that's correct.
Destiny's Child just came out with No.
Yeah.
Right? So Aaliyah kind of been around for a hot minute as a solo artist before Beyonce became the Beyonce that we know now. Right? And after Aaliyah's death, it kind of opened up a whole funnel and tunnel of so many female other artists and stuff around that time. Like I said, from the Ashanti, Kelly Rowland had her shot before Beyonce.
Yeah.
What Beyonce's hit was Work It Out, and that didn't really stick like that, whatever, right?
No.
It was kind of like, I felt like it was a throwaway song. It was on the Austin Power soundtrack, but it was a throwaway song on the Beyonce Crazily in Love
yeah.
album. So for me, Aaliyah was that girl, but I feel like with the anniversary of her passing, Beyonce still deserves her title
Yeah, yeah, I think so. Um,
because she capitalized. If let's say
question for you:
fire,
do you think Beyonce would still hold that title if Rihanna didn't break from music?
yes,
Okay.
yes, because I want to say Beyonce's Crazy in Love album, right? Oh, that's not that. Sorry, not the track itself, but that Dangerously Love that album,
Yeah.
not the B Day one. That album and stuff kind of gave her, let's say, crossover hits after hits after hits. The Crazy in Love with the little dance, it gave it a pop flair.
Right.
Remember, it kind of took for a little bit from the A. Marie kind of world.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
like the
yeah.
world was still trying to figure out because again, A. Marie is one of those artists that kind of came up
One
and
of those
stuff
artists.
too.
Mhm.
So it's kind of like they weren't too sure how to lock in, but Beyonce kept giving you like that, Baby Boy, Naughty Girl.
Yeah.
She was like jamming some hits down, Me, Myself, and I. So it's just like something has to stick to you guys
Right, right.
for at least to have a name. And then when it came to like the one with Deja Vu, Upgrade You, and everything, she's like, I'm just giving you these hits.
Yeah, yeah,
Take these friggin' hits.
yeah.
So I feel like that work ethic that she kept doing and stuff, whatever. I don't know if it's a Jay-Z kind of training because I still feel like she's still with Matthew under that time.
Right.
It still worked for her formula
Okay, okay.
and her brand. So I feel like, yes.
Because Rihanna was on a hell of a run too before she eased up. And she, you know, she
But
was
she
pump-
took breaks though.
But as I was saying, she took breaks and she was pumping up hits after hits and hits, and she was going into the multiple genres too. Because even that, because even from
SOS was
yeah,
more of a, like, because that was Soft Cell, Tainted Love.
Tainted Love, yeah,
Yeah.
even only going in the world. That's like a huge departure from just like
Pop. Yeah.
yeah, just heading into that lane and just even that one she had that one slow song with that white dude that played the guitar. I can't even remember his name. That was big.
Stay.
Stay,
I
yeah.
want you to stay.
Yeah.
She had the pop feel.
She had the pop feel.
I think and I would never ever shame Rihanna's work ethic. She's a billionaire first and foremost. I would never shame her for her work ethic and stuff with her. But I feel like there are certain things and stuff in the lane of music
Right.
she was okay with doing. But I think like once she established herself, whatever, she diversified her hustle. This is why when it comes to people making money in the industry,
Yeah.
of the music industry and stuff, I look at it stuff as like you have to have a set plan to hustle.
Yes.
So I think that if you're saying, yo, I have all these things planned
Right.
to do, but until the world knows more about me, these other things won't be funded.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why I understand why people work hard and stuff in the music industry. Because I'm looking like, you won't make any bread from the music industry. We learned that from Lauryn Hills to the De La Souls.
It's very hard for you to make
saying
that.
it's hard to make money in the industry.
Yeah.
But yet we have countless people
Trying to do it.
Yes.
Yeah. 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 I mean, especially in today's day, where I mean, we just had Scarface speak about 1 million streams is only going to give you $4,000, and
That's hurtful though. That
it's
is hurtful. It's not even like
it's
$1 a stream.
not even $1 a stream, and your image is going to run you twice as much just to put your image out there alone to even be considered that you're on that type of level, because that's what people are now equating to success is, do you got a Bentley or not? Do you got a diamond collared necklace around you? You know what I mean? Like, do you got a Birkin bag over your shoulder? Like,
These kids don't listen to Kendrick. Okay, let's say this. These kids start listening to Kendrick Lamar and stuff like that now. The Kendrick don't have no chains.
no.
Kendrick, I don't recall Kendrick like rocking like super chains and stuff to like the Super Bowl.
No, no.
The Super Bowl, when I saw him and stuff come out with like, you
With
know, his
the
whole,
yeah,
I just thought it was part of more of his outfit and his aesthetic for that night.
for that night.
Cause I don't really see him and stuff, whatever, like, you know, glistening and blinding.
Listen, I don't think we're gonna see him in a whole bunch of photos with that chain on. That's not his aura to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They still listen to like why do you think the children listen to the musicians more than their own parents? Do they do they rate the musicians but more successful than their parents?
Yeah, I think it's that myth that these people are more successful than their parents. Granted, their parents are probably more successful than
rappers.
more than 80% of the rappers out there.
You kids. You kids.
And this and you know what? And don't mean to cut that argument, but let's go back to that work hard. This is that work hard thing that's at least providing a living. Where these kids are seeing these rappers and think this is an easy route to get to where they need to go. They're not making money like that. I'm sorry to burst that bubble. You might as well work hard like your parents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what kid wants to hear that? What kid wants to hear that?
What kid wants to hear that?
Yo. That's different. Real quick,
it's reality.
No kid that wants to hear that. Whatever.
No kid wants to hear that, but it's the reality though. Your parent is most likely making more money than half of these rappers out here, half of these singers out here.
I'll ask you this: would they always leaned on touring,
right?
Touring. They lean on touring for making money. So many artists have been canceling tours and stuff like that, whatever, right? From like the greats of Lil Wayne to like even the smaller ones and stuff, whatever, they're canceling. Do you think it's because this is a Live Nation kind of like chokehold, or is more of a situation of they're biting off more they can chew?
I think it's I think it's the flood of tours, one, mixed in with the flood of festivals. So if you only have a certain amount of money, right? And you got like 3 artists that you really like. And understand that
this is a company?
No, I'm saying you as an individual.
Okay.
Right? 3 artists that you particularly like, that you'll go out and stream on a regular, right? Now they're touring. These ticket prices are not cheap.
That's what I'm saying. Is that the part of the Live Nation chokehold? Or if it's more of a, because I look at, all right, times are different. I always say times are different.
Times are different.
J. Cole came to Toronto with a Dollar and Dream tour.
Right.
Kendrick Lamar, when he first came and stuff here, he was in, I think, Phoenix. He went to Phoenix and stuff for that. I paid, in 2013 and stuff for that, I paid less than $80 for Kendrick Lamar.
Okay.
Right?
Right.
And now he's out here with SZA.
Yeah.
2 nights.
Yeah.
In the Rogers Center.
In the center.
Right?
Yeah.
So I look at it stuff as like, there's some people, like, let's say, if your name is Beyonce, your name is Taylor Swift, this conversation is not for you.
No.
You've already been goated and all the above.
Yeah.
Those solo individuals can do solo shots.
Right.
But I feel like a lot of people and stuff have to know for a fact that, like, yes, your buzz is good. Is it good enough to fill out a Rogers Center?
Yeah.
If your answer is no,
then
why not? I think you're biting off more than you can chew.
Well, that's the thing. I think a lot of these people are doing these huge stations, and maybe it is the Live Nation deal where maybe you should be concentrating on a smaller venue, right? Try and sell out the smaller venue, and then if you do and realize there's still a potential to make money, then move to a bigger venue.
Would you put that on Live Nation, or would you put that on the artist?
I would put that on. I would put that on Live Nation.
Really?
Yeah. Because they're probably going by the streaming numbers. They're probably dictating that you need to be in this position because of what your numbers are seeing over here, but not understanding that, listen, these guys are paying for the service. And part of that paying for the service is they get to listen to whoever they want, right? So they can stream you a million times if they want to stream you a million times. It's a lot different when you have to pay for these concert tickets.
I think if you have a concert ticket or stuff, whatever, or a headliner, where you're telling me, and we were laughing at the day, I'm like, yo, I wouldn't mind going to a Ja Rule concert. As I said, just for, because I said that 50 like has made Ja Rule look definitely horrible.
Yeah.
But then one day I was in a car and stuff, whatever, and I think like Ja Rule was like the artist I had hit, and because I was more focused on like the traffic,
Yeah.
it was like Ja Rule hit after hit after hit.
Ja
I was like,
Rule's got hits.
yeah. So that's what I was saying. And I was looking, I was like, yo, I was like, I went to a 50 Cent thing, whatever. I was like, I should go to a Ja Rule thing one day. I wouldn't mind going to a Ja Rule thing. And I looked at it stuff, I was like, can Ja Rule had a show by himself like back then?
Right.
Possibly.
Possibly, yeah.
Now, if you tell me like Ja Rule's going with like, because Rick Ross is be out on these circuits.
Yeah.
Ja Rule, Rick Ross, and Nelly or some shit like, I guess I'll take a Nelly, because like Nelly, I wasn't really a Nelly fan.
Yeah.
Whatever. Tip drill now. Tip drill, you got me.
Yeah.
But I look at it stuff, you putting uno, dos, tres, and you're telling me my ticket and stuff is $150, sold.
Right.
So like with the Missy Sierra and the Buster.
So going back to now when I say it's a part of it is also the festivals, because now why would you spend this money on this one artist when you can go to a festival
and get like 100 of them? But you're only getting one track though. You get like one track.
We'll get one track.
Because like what I seen, I think, was it Rolling Loud?
Yeah.
Because like Rolling Loud is in like 3 days.
Yeah.
Right. And
But
like,
how many tracks do that? Because you'll get one track from the Minions, but the headliners, the headliners will give you what? At least they'll probably give you at least 5, maybe 6,
maybe 5.
maybe 5.
So maybe 5. I think if you're going anything past 5 and stuff, whatever.
Right.
Blessings.
You've been blessed.
You've been blessed.
You've been blessed.
Buy a Rolling Loud ticket over a concert.
You've been blessed.
You might as well buy a so
you're right. No, you know why you're right? Because a lot of these big names have been complaining that their time's been getting cut.
Okay, well then, we went to the thing, but Maya was there.
Right.
We're sold on ticket that Maya is supposed to be there.
Yeah.
Maya wasn't on the stage longer than 10 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah.
One of Maya's songs is at least like, let's say 3 to 4 minutes. This is back in the day.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm like, you got everything compressed. It was like, like how Chris Brown had the breezy bowl. It was like a Maya bowl.
It was a Maya bowl.
It was like, these hits, this move. Thank you, everyone. You like,
peace.
Give me a festival then. Fuck it, man. Let me get my money's worth. Let me stand for a bit.
That's what I'm saying. You'll go for the festival because
Yeah,
at least your money has stretched. You're seeing 2 or 3 artists that you probably couldn't afford the more than one ticket to see them single.
Right.
Right. You're probably just gonna wait till the festival.
Yeah, because when Ye had that whole stage thing and stuff, whatever, that's the second time I saw Kendrick Lamar.
Okay.
When Ye came, he came and stuff, whatever, on the Yeezus time.
Yeah.
And the whole, he was above stage and stuff. Kendrick Lamar was his opener. Right? And it was dope because I was looking like, wow. I'm like, you went from, I went to Phoenix, spending like I swear like $70-something after tax.
Right.
For to see Kendrick Lamar and stuff. And at that time, he did like, I think 4 to 5 songs.
Yeah.
To like opening up for Ye. And he was on and stuff for at least like, I think he did like less than 10 songs, maybe, before Ye came out. And then now he's doing his own thing with him and SZA.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm like, you've come a long way. You've earned your keep.
Yeah.
And again, like, if he went from a small venue to like attach himself on there to, I'm like, yeah, I have no problem spending money for Ye and freaking Kendrick and stuff, whatever. Because like I said, it has to make sense for my money.
Has to. Right.
Because concert tickets are not getting cheaper.
And also the demographics also. Because I think a lot of the concerts that are getting canceled are these artists who have a younger demographic who may not have that bread to spend like that. Because they're saying the majority of the successful tours right now are of the older demographic.
Would you put Taylor Swift in there? Because Taylor Swift and stuff like that is getting kids.
Yeah.
more kids and like I want to say early younger adults. I want to say younger adults under the age of 25.
Yeah, but guess what? With Taylor Swift, you get the younger adults, and you're getting it's not the kids, but spending the money. It's the parents shelling out the money for those tickets.
So right, so that's what I'm saying. What's the difference between them and then them going back to the Live Nation shit with other people?
Well, I
Because the
mean,
parents still shelling out the money.
them other people, the parents might not be so apt to shell out the money for.
Well, because I look at it as like, yo, if your kid came to you and stuff and they want to see, I don't know, like a Polo G or something like that, whatever, right? You don't really rock with a Polo G and stuff for there, but you know your kid probably just like, I did this, that, and the third. I earned my keep.
Yeah.
Could you help me
Yeah,
put
yeah.
other half to this Polo G concert thing and stuff, whatever? You could probably throw the funds up.
I would probably throw the funds up.
And I think most of the parents and stuff, whatever, like, depending on whoever their artist may be, because I had a homie back in the day, he was more heavy into rock.
Right.
And like this man's like, yo, he cannot miss going to I don't say Limp Bizkit. I want to say 9 Inch Nails.
Yeah, yeah.
Whatever, right? And this is a little bit after like the Columbine stuff, whatever. So Marilyn Manson was one of his artists and stuff like that, whatever. And his parents still threw the bread up for him to go to the thing. But he had to just like, say he went to like either a Limp Bizkit thing before.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, you got to come half with or meet us halfway.
Right.
To this. And then he was busting his ass. Yeah, I can't kick it. I have to go make money.
I think where the difference lies in is that those kids are old enough to either go by themselves or go with a group of friends. We're talking with a Taylor Swift concert, you have underage kids who parents are willing to pay to go with them and take them there.
That's fair.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
that's why she's able to have that huge stadium. Now, at the last concert me and you went to was the Locks.
Right.
And it was a smaller venue because they understand the demographic, right?
But even that's what I'm saying, like the not only the demographic,
right?
I look at it as stuff as where it's more of a situation where do you think the Locks right now can fill up Scotia?
No.
Okay.
No.
So that's what I'm saying. They're not biting off more than they can
right,
chew.
Exactly.
So
yeah,
I don't really put that on a demographic. I think it's more of the artist to say.
Well, that's what I said. The venue is smaller, and they understand that their demographic will come out, and because the tickets weren't like gonna rob your pocket.
No. The tickets are under 100.
Yeah.
I'm with that.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Like I look at it stuff as like, yo, and that's kudos to the artist because it's like some of them are like biting off more than they can chew. Like I heard like, and I'm not calling names, but let's say Trippie Redd had a whole bunch of places and stuff that he's calling for.
Yeah.
And then out of nowhere, oh, I gotta raise my son now due to these circumstances why I can't perform. Bitch, you knew you were having a son.
Right.
Why are you agreeing to about this tour thing? And then now you get the whole epiphany. I don't want to sacrifice my dreams no more. Like, no. And then I was so happy for like person like T-Pain that came out. He's like, yo, the label wanted me to tell you it was this, and the reason why, the concert we're canceling the concert and stuff. He's like, it's ticket sales.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. It's ticket sales.
Yeah.
And I look at it stuff as like, yes, T-Pain himself can't sell out a Scotia, so let's work with a smaller venue.
Smaller venue.
Here, what I've noticed, the smaller venue will be a bang. Is like, yo, if they do anything like, let's say, history level, the next time they come, they're ready for Scotia.
Right.
History is like, if you can do it in history,
if you can do
you're ready for Scotia.
If you can do a history, sell out a history, then
sell out a history, then yeah. But if you can't, if you know for it, you can't sell out a history, especially here.
Right.
Humble yourself.
Yeah.
Know for a fact, be like, yo, I want to go to this city. I got a little following here and stuff, whatever. However, Scotia might be too big for me.
Right.
Can we get somewhere smaller?
Yeah.
And if you're saying Life Nation stuff has a chokehold on like mostly even smaller venues, then I'm putting it on the artist.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to make money from the regular conventional aspect. 1 million streams, get you 4 racks. That ain't really too much for a month.
Yeah.
I work a 9-to-5 job. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what to tell you.
I don't know where they make the correlation because they do so well in streaming that's automatically gonna mean that these people are gonna come out to the concerts.
But we have constant new artists trying to come out into the industry daily.
daily, and it just goes back to me saying, yeah, you do so well with the streaming is because I only had to pay my streaming fee once a month.
Correct.
And during that month, I can stream you as many times as I possibly want, plus anybody who else I want to listen to. Doesn't necessarily mean that I'm going to turn around and go pay $500 or $600 for a ticket.
That's it's a question of the week.
Question of the week.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Name a country that doesn't have a version of their pizza.
Ooh. A country that doesn't have a, I'm gonna have to think about this.
I couldn't think of any country.
I can't think of any country.
So pizza should be the number one meal, the number one food or dish on the planet Earth then.
Should be.
Because if we go into places where we're getting oxtail pizza and we're of the Jamaican elk. I love that word. Is this,
I know you do.
I love that word.
I know you do.
Yeah, and then like you get an ackee and sawfish pizza.
Yeah.
Right? Then the Italians crippled the game and stuff, and they own the market. Then
They give it. Well, are they the real because they're not the inventors of spaghetti? Are they the real inventors of pizza?
I would think. Like, do you have any other prior knowledge?
I don't have any prior knowledge, so maybe we can rest it in their lap.
I'm putting Italians have the cuisine game on Smash.
Yeah.
Black people eat more pasta than Italians. I stand by that. Yo, I stand by that.
Keep telling you about the fusion place I went to that had like there was an Italian dish on there.
I told
you. There was a linguine dish on there.
And that's what I'm saying. Black people, yo.
Don't. We went through that episode already, Marv.
Shout out to Alfredo Warriors. Shout out to the Alfredo Warriors. That's all I'm gonna say. And then most of them are not Italian descent.
That's very, very rare.
Small pocket.
At the very most, they have Italian friends.
Yeah, so I think pizza's the number one dish in the land then.
Yeah.
Because I look at it stuff, I was like, yo, you can go somewhere and they be like, all right, you know what? They do pizza like this over here. We stone ours, but we put our country's elements on here. These type of tomatoes from this type of land, or our pizza might be made with goat cheese and might be made, but pizza is still there in that country.
Do you think there's a country that, and maybe it does not have their own twist on it, but do you think there's a country where they don't do a hamburger?
To be honest, I used to think India.
Yeah.
I used to think India and stuff like that, but then like over a period of time and stuff, like the more Indian like Indian descent people that I know and I met and stuff like that. No, they do have their own thing and stuff, whatever, too, right?
Yeah.
So, and when I was younger, it was more of the ignorance. It was kind of like we were told that Indian people, East Indian folk would kind of worship cows.
Right.
So that's why a good portion of them are vegan, but a good portion of them are not vegan.
Right.
And stuff,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
Right. You learn that later and stuff in life. So I look at it stuff as where I think everybody just dress up their like especially something like a hamburger.
Yeah.
They'll dress up their burger to more their palate.
Okay.
And I think a lot of people are okay with experiencing something and stuff, whatever, with like a remix to someone what they already know.
Right.
So that's why smash burgers can kind of run the land.
Right.
Because it's kind of like the main concept is burger.
Yeah.
You might put something on your burger. You might do a little variation to the burger. It might throw it up, but I still know what a traditional burger would taste like. Okay. Are you ready for the Ask the Sons?
I'm ready.
All right. Whiskey, I find pronouncing it Whiskey Neat.
Whiskey Neat.
Yeah, WISCY_neat.
Okay.
Whiskey Neat says, what's a ticking time bomb you believe will explode during your lifetime?
And you know, we have questions like this, and they're similar in nature, but my last few answers have always been AI.
AI. Yeah.
My last few answers has always been AI.
You know, and it is AI and stuff, whatever, too. Because like to even switch it up, I have another one too.
Right.
Subscriptions.
Subscriptions.
And stuff, whatever. Like, yo, we were talking about, shout out to the mouse. The mouse is unstoppable,
Yeah. Yeah. Mhm.
I think for like streaming subscriptions now,
Yeah.
you got a better bang with the mouse than you do with Netflix.
Right.
I've heard Netflix and stuff prices are like out of the pocket now.
Yeah, it's
Like, I feel like
getting
if you have
ridiculous.
like a Netflix thing where you're running with now and it might be under like the $20,
Yeah.
lock in.
Yeah.
Keep that.
Yeah.
The minute it goes over, jump ship.
Yeah.
Because I look at it stuff as like the mouse is still asking for less than $10 before tax.
Still asking for less than $10 before tax.
So I look at it stuff as like these subscription things and stuff, whatever, over a period of time, either somebody either buys them all, like either like one super conglomerate,
Yeah.
or people just say, fuck it with all and stuff, and then just stick to like, I want to say whatever they can get from one main thing.
Netflix is definitely gonna get a run for the money because it's especially with the mouse, he's giving you a whole conglomerate underneath his umbrella.
National Geographic, ESPN is there.
Yeah, yeah.
Like holy, there's a lot of other companies. Star Wars is there, Marvel is there, Simpsons is there.
Listen, man, I really would love for YouTube TV to come to Canada.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I would that would solve a lot of my issues with these streaming services.
That's amazing.
Because even with like I have Amazon for Prime, but the bonus is I get to watch movies on Amazon. You know what I mean? I get to listen to music.
That's why I feel like the streaming service, like the description aspect and stuff of like Amazon,
Yeah.
is worth the kill for most people to stay on.
Yes.
Right? When I feel like you only like fulfill like one part of the prophecy,
Netflix.
we got a problem.
Yeah.
We got a problem and stuff like that, whatever. So I feel like that right there is going to be that ticking time bomb where people going to be like, yo, not even just like Netflix, is going to say like, yo, fuck a subscription service because people weren't going to have enough money to keep up.
No. Well, okay, so then my next question would be,
Mhm.
do you think the subscription service will be able to sustain itself, or will it go to the wayside and entertainment just become free? Because what we're seeing now is a lot of people are ditching subscription services,
Mhm.
ditching their regular cable service,
Mhm.
and just going straight to IPTV, where you pay pennies, right? You pay pennies, and a lot of those things that are coming on these subscription services, they're showing up on IPTV.
So that's what I'm saying. Like I look at it stuff as like, if you're paying anything more than $20 for a subscription for like streaming videos and shit like that,
yeah, it don't make no sense.
you might as well jump into IPTV and stuff like that. I don't even want to tell people where to go or stuff. Like, so people are like, what's that?
It was like,
You ain't here for me.
yeah, you ain't
here for me.
We
But
can talk about
like I said,
the words itself. We're not telling you, but we understand that it's out there.
yo, I'm telling you, man. Like, yo, eventually people's dollars can't keep up with certain things.
Yeah.
We spoke about, like, again, we would shame the young man and stuff, whatever, before living at his parents' house at 30 and stuff, whatever, like that, whatever. But now we're at a point where like the man at 30 can't afford even other things. I've seen tons of TikTok videos and videos where people like just complaining about like the dollars are getting tighter.
Yeah.
Dollars are getting tighter and tighter and stuff, whatever. And you think raising your subscription fee is gonna make the people keep paying that when they're gonna start looking at stuff and be like, this shit ain't worth it.
I knew this one girl. This is about maybe 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
We were beatboxing, and she said she was looking for a place, and the prices that she was seeing was ridiculous. Now, her mom, who was a single parent, had a house. So what she decided to do was renovate the basement itself and just make a basement apartment out of that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm wondering how much of that is going to be an option going forward in this day and time, because it may make more sense.
More, way more. I think the thing and stuff is that inflated egos
Yeah,
doesn't match an inflated economy.
right.
And I think that's where you have to look at, like, what really makes sense stuff for your dollars.
Yeah,
Act your wage and not your age.
yeah,
I'm sorry.
yeah,
Let's keep it a buck, because if you work a minimum wage job and stuff, you might be working part-time. You can't say to yourself, I can't wait to get this condo.
right,
Will you be able to maintain the condo?
right.
When we're moving to a world where, like, fucking credit means everything, like we were saying earlier and stuff like that. You're gonna fuck your shit up trying to survive, trying to keep things for so long.
Yeah,
Or the reno thing, like you're talking about. I'm gonna go with the reno.
yeah, yeah,
I'm gonna go with the reno and stuff like that, whatever. But then again, like the stigma, whatever, about like living with your parents at a particular time, most of those things and stuff have to now like shape and
right,
change the landscape and stuff, whatever.
right.
Or it's a togetherness. Because like even when we were with the dating pool, I used to hear a lot of women say like, yo, if a guy doesn't live by himself, I don't want nothing and stuff like that. I'm like, yo, if a guy is maintaining his shit by himself, whatever, kudos to you. You better not be an extra damn vacuum or bill
Yeah, yeah,
to that
yeah,
man.
yeah,
Because, and I'm not saying like for the women is it easier, but I want to say like, yo, there's a lot of more things and stuff in the world. Coming right back to the beginning of the podcast, where it's a lot of more curved down, and etched out for the girl boss to kind of just
yeah,
have her way and make it through. Some of the guy jobs, or particularly male dominated jobs, women are now dominating and stuff, whatever, as well,
yeah.
or coming into that field. So now you have a lot of people who's not working like that.
Right,
Part time is where it's at.
right, right.
Ooh, baby, baby, it's a wild world.
Listen, man, you got some extra money to might as well throw it in your parents' basement and make that a basement apartment work for you, man.
Something.
That
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Something. Next question comes from Fake Tan. What's the brutally honest dating advice you wish the women in your life, example, sisters, daughters, and friends, understood?
Ooh.
What do you got? I'll let you cook. Age before nonsense.
Men men will lie when they don't have proper dick discipline.
Men will lie. Yeah. I would say there's not enough. Going back to earlier in the show and stuff, whatever. This show, there is not an abundance of good men like these women think. So, ladies, if you do run across, and this is to like my niece and to all the other women and stuff that I know, if you run across something that might look legit, don't be afraid
Yeah.
and say like this might be too true. Yes, look what I have discernment, but without a doubt, like yo, if you got something good, water, nurture the fuck out of it. Good men are not that easy to find.
And not that easy to find.
I feel like it's easier to trade a man to be a good man than it is to trade a woman to be a good woman.
And you know what I'll also add? Don't be afraid to see potential and be able to work with potential.
Really?
Yeah, because sometimes that finished product may not be all what it's up to. But if you're helping somebody get to that finished product, that you would be okay with somebody that's willing to build with you and you're willing to build with them.
I'll say this for myself and stuff, whatever. Let's say a handful of women and stuff I know might be able to see the potential in me. Let's say when I was younger,
right,
and it just left it. Right. And this is to previous women I've dated and all the above and all the above. I don't spin blocks.
Right.
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 And I think the thing and stuff is the fact, because I don't spin blocks now, it's kind of like some of them and stuff who want to spin a block. I'm like, but you didn't see the potential. I was the same person. I probably didn't have, let's say, I didn't learn as much as I know now and all this type of stuff, but you limited the man I could possibly become on my own.
Listen, man, if I can tell you the amount of stories that I heard of if I had known.
And how did that make you feel? Not your average.
That's it. Well, somebody knew, and she benefited.
Spin the block for who?
For who?
Yo. Okay. Let's get to the last question. Last question. Yo, fuck them, dog. Yo,
But straight up,
Yeah.
straight up,
Yeah.
straight up,
yo. That's why you gotta one white. Let them know.
straight up, man.
Haitian Queen 2K says, what are some real life examples of they became the very thing they swore to destroy? Netflix.
Yeah, Netflix.
No, because no, they came, no, and or movies, the streaming movie things with commercials. Amazon, their main thing and stuff is that we'll let you see movies commercial free.
Commercial free.
Why are we getting commercials? Why are we getting ads now?
Commercial free.
You came to destroy the same thing you actually became later.
Yeah, yeah. All of them. All of them. The other day I was remembering.
That's sad.
The other day I was remembering when I could just watch hours of YouTube. Like end on end on end. And never ever see a commercial in my life. Now, if you're not subscribed, you are lucky to go 3 to 5 minutes without seeing a commercial.
The other day, I was watching something for some research stuff and everything like that, right?
Right.
And I sat there, and this video, this video was less than 16 minutes. It was 15 minutes and 35 seconds.
Yeah.
I wasn't signed into my account.
Right. Right.
Right? I promise you, they showed. I didn't know 5 Gum came back. Okay? 5 Gum has a watermelon flavor.
They got a
I know this fucking for sure. They got a watermelon flavor. In this 15-minute video, Smooth on a stack of Bibles, the 5 watermelon gum and the other 5 gum like tingles your senses, whatever shit, whatever.
Right.
Along with an Excel gum, came on 8 times.
I'm telling you.
8 times. You're watching like I'm like I even said to myself like it's not even fucking 2 minutes since the last commercial.
Not
Tingle
even.
your senses for 5 gum. Fuck 5 gum.
Not
Yo,
even.
Wrigley's. Yo,
Not even. Here's the worst one. YouTube wants you to mark your videos if you use anything AI. So if you have any type of AI content in your video, YouTube wants you to let people know that you have AI in your videos.
Interesting.
Or else they'll demonetize you. Right?
Interesting.
And I think certain AI videos are not even eligible to be monetized. Yet, every 3 to 4 minutes, I'll see an AI video of our president, our prime minister, Mark Carney, advertising some money-making scheme. Or I'll see an AI video of what's that? The Dragon's Den guy.
Kevin Leary?
Kevin Leary advertising something. I'm like, y'all are not shutting down these AI commercials.
I know. You see the lips moving like this type of way. Join us in Canada. The Shaolin Temple will tell us and stuff that yes, you can also earn your money and be great and be top of the line and stuff. And I'm like, when the fuck did Carney say this? Yeah, that's the first thing I said to myself. I was like, when did he say this? Even one time I even clicked the link. When I clicked the link, I'm like, this ain't even government related.
Yeah.
I was like, how do you guys allow this? YouTube?
How do they allow this?
But yet you wanna put parameters on what we do on YouTube.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know the thing I thought about too? They became the thing you actually you became the thing you actually destroyed. Was I have 3 homies. 3 homies I went to school with.
Okay.
And these are the same ones and stuff like I hate fucking meetings. I hate meetings. I hate meetings and and everything like that.
Right.
We linked and stuff, whatever, sometime early in the summer. I was like, yo, what's going on? 2 of the motherfuckers are managers. So I was like, I thought previously on blank blank,
yeah.
you hate meetings and stuff. I'm like, you were the chosen one. That we had high hopes in you and stuff. The man put his head down. He's like, fuck, Marv. I want to quit now after you done brought it. You say it like that. Or I was like, you guys made this thing.
You made it.
You became
made
the
it.
things you swore to destroy.
Yeah.
But I'm like, everybody got choices. My choice is to opt out from it.
Yeah.
Right. So, like I said, streaming services. I don't know. I just know some people. I don't really watch TV like that, but I just know some people, just talk about this I and this P and this T and this V thing. So that's it. So
That's it.
rest of you guys, leave me alone.
Got nothing for you, man.
I got nothing for y'all.
Got nothing for you.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. We are here at the end. A lot of music and movie talk for you today. So see the Suns for this week says sometimes you have to put walls up to keep people out, but only the right people can break them down.
So says the Suns.
It was more of a play on the Socrates. I believe it was Socrates. That's where I kind of got the inspiration from. Socrates crossed my mind and stuff, and that was one of my favorite Socrates quotes. But it was something similar. It was more of like, you put walls up, right? People, they like depend on the person, or the right person will break them down, right? But it's more like boundaries needs to be established in a lot of worlds and a lot of people's things and stuff, whatever. And expectations can be set for people, and the right person and stuff would meet these expectations.
Yeah.
Across the board and stuff like that. I want to say if you're a boss hiring somebody and stuff like that, whatever, if you set these expectations and the person can live through them and stuff and make it through, don't be surprised you want to make them like an assistant manager or a manager.
Right.
In a relationship and stuff, you could be like, I don't fuck with certain type of men until a particular type of level I see them do certain type of things.
Yeah.
Like what you were saying, believe more in the words, more in the actions than the words and stuff like that, whatever. They met up to the criteria of the actions.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
That's it.
So yeah, man. So say the Suns once again. Sometimes you would have to put up walls to keep people out, but only the right people can break them down.
So says the Suns.
We are here.
We are here.
We came, we saw, we conquered. We appreciate y'all rocking with us. Like, comment, subscribe, all the above.
All of the above.
Please ask the Suns questions. They were good. As usual, keep on coming and stuff, whatever. And thanks again for taking your time out and rocking with us, man. Thank you for listening to Podical Sons. Remember, the difference between genius and stupidity is that genius has its limits.
Stupidity doesn't.
Does not. Peace and love,
Peace and love.
Keep well, stay great, be great.
The Podical Sons with Not Your Average Joseph and Sofa King Marvelous.